Good morning, everyone. Or maybe afternoon, I'm not sure. This is Ebba talking behind the camera. If it's a little shaky, it's because I got it in my hands and I'm using my arms as a tripod. So here we are in our motorhome. If you can see out the front window, yes, that is snow falling. It is the 1st of May. How lovely. We have quite a mess yet to clean up. I'm sitting at the table and not feeling great, so I'm just trying not to move around too much. If the camera gets a little jerky, excuse me. I'm not used to using it for one thing. I'm just kind of showing you around the bit of mess that we have. We're doing cleanup. Here comes Gary. Say hi to the camera, honey.
Hi.
Pardon the way that we look if you see me on camera, but our bathroom is quite stuffed full right now. We have stuff sitting pretty much everywhere. Today I have the slide out, and or we have the slide out, pardon me, and we are just getting things organized better. There's still things in here that we have to give away and get rid of and go into storage and stuff. But we worked really hard for the last few days. Now we're in the motorhome full time. Hello, honey.
Hi.
And we're just getting things organized and ready for us to be able to move and do stuff, move around. So we are in Walmart parking lot in the north end of Lethbridge right now, and we're going to be moving south in Lethbridge, so it's not going to get rid of the weather. But we are going to be moving south in later on today. We're just trying to clear things up a little bit before we do that. Then we're going to go and park in the Walmart parking lot over there, and we're going to do some more work inside. We're just, while it's snowing, we're not going very far, and the snow isn't getting any lighter out there. So anyway, so that's it for this little short video. We'll be uploading and editing and stuff in probably not for another week, because we have to get our computers and all that stuff.
This is May the 1st.
Yeah, May the 1st.
The first day of our journey.
Very yes,
exciting journey.
Yes, and we'll talk about yesterday and the day before. The day before was the day from hell, and we will talk about that in our next video. But I just wanted to make a little video before we get everything cleared away, just kind of to invite you into our mess. This is moving into a motorhome, and there are
2-bedroom apartment into a 32-foot motorhome.
Yeah, we've got 8 feet without the slide by 32 feet on the outside of the motorhome. When they measure motorhomes or any kind of an RV, it's bumper to bumper, so this is 32 feet on the outside. So on the inside, it's a little shorter. And once we get it organized, though, it's going to be really quite nice. Anyway, that's it for this time. And we will talk to you probably, maybe tomorrow, or maybe even this evening. We'll talk to you again. All right, goodbye for now. Say goodbye. All right, it's Ebba coming at you from the motorhome. And that's Gary in the picture there. If it's shaky, I'm holding my hand at an awkward angle so I can get Gary. This morning, we're putting clips onto the doors and drawers of this little cabinet that we've set in here in place of the couch. So Gary's on his knees, which is really hard on his knees because he's got bad knees. And I'm doing this work so that we can use the drawers that are in it. There's 6 drawers in a middle cabinet, and we need all the space we can get in here. So I just thought I'd do a little video and just kind of show you. We are in a Walmart parking lot in Lethbridge, the one at the south end of the city, if anybody's interested. So yeah, so this is Gary putting in clips that'll keep the doors shut. And I just wanted to it's just short. We're going to be linking a few of these together, I think, just so that, you're getting an idea of what's going on. By the way, this is the morning, I don't know if I said it already, May the 3rd. So we're coming up to the weekend. We're going to be leaving Lethbridge probably tomorrow and heading out toward the town where our other storage is. so that we can get stuff out of here and put away. Alrighty, we will talk to you again when we get there. Bye.
Hello, everyone. Well, this doesn't look like we've done much in here, but we have loaded up our food finally. And at our time, it's just about 25 after 6, but the cupboards on this side are full. So if you look inside here, I hate to say it, but good golly, there's an amazing amount. But remember, we're putting a 2-bedroom apartment building into a 1-bedroom motorhome. And it's not easy. It's only 32 feet, and the slide isn't quite long enough to bring it out to 60 feet, this motorhome. That cupboard up there, we haven't got that filled yet. We're working on it. And where the TV is, I got to make shelves in there. Haven't got room. Now, above the kitchen area, we've got it pretty stacked with everything. So as you can see, we're really not going to starve to death.
No, I'd rather have it just live here.
And we got to get this all put into some sort of shape because we're going to be moving a bit tomorrow to the north end. Anyway, this is it. This is Saturday the 4th?
I think it's the 4th, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Saturday.
And I'm going to just stop this for a sec, and you're going to see us both talking, so hang on.
Hello. Hello from the motorhome of Ebba and Gary.
That's right.
This is something. See, the move. Well, it's not over yet. I mean, we're still settling in, as Gary just showed you and I showed you the other day. We're getting there. We are getting there. It's hard to believe that it's been 4 days. This is evening. If you can see the clock on the wall, I don't think you can, but it's about 6:30 in the evening. So it's been 4 days since we've actually been out of that place. We are settling in. I'm struggling with the cold, which seems to be a thing with me. But yeah, I'm getting rid of the cold, and we're getting things done. Today we did a lot. It doesn't look like it, but we actually did. We emptied all the canned goods that we had. I gave away about half the canned goods we had because there just isn't room in here for them. And so we got them all in. We got, that was 3 boxes. We got another great big huge box put into place, all the food, as you saw. I mean, we're set for a while for food. The freezer and the fridge are also pretty full. The freezer especially, because we brought pretty much everything we had in our freezer. I did have to give some away, and we gave them to the people that were helping us move toward the end there. We had such wonderful people helping us, especially the ones helping taking things out and giving Gary a hand with actually getting everything moved out. They were so good to us and so kind, and we were in dire need of help, so it was really good. They came along. We were so blessed during that move. And it was kind of the move from hell. I did the majority of the packing myself. I did have help a couple of days and got quite a bit done, but there was still a lot that had to be done that I had to do alone. But Gary was the one that was doing the heave-hoeing, and it was so good that we had help. And we thank each and every one of you that helped us. We had 2 really wonderful guys at the end that were giving us a hand, and they were just, I can't tell you how grateful we are. And you know who you are. We're not going to mention names because that's not fair. And yeah, so Gary,
Well, in the move, when you buy a used vehicle, there's always things that go wrong. And yesterday morning, I went outside, and the steps seemed to be all of a sudden get funny. I went to come back in and close the door, and I heard the mechanism work, but the step didn't move.
it's an auto step.
I had to go out, get underneath, and it was a simple thing. Somebody put the bolt in upside down, so gravity, as you know, drops down, and here the bolt was laying on the ground. So I had to
Good thing
get
it happened
that
in the
fixed.
parking lot where we were sitting.
Yeah, and I'm not as strong as I used to be, so I had to push the bolt in and connect everything the way it was. I had to use the C-clamp to compress it down, but I got it.
Yeah,
It's working like a charm now.
yeah. And then
But
today
then today we
the
had
generator.
yeah, we had the generator. We had
just stopped. The generator we were sitting here and we'd had supper, and you have to start the generator. You've got a button to push on the front of the unit. So, but we were sitting and the generator just suddenly stopped after supper, and it's like, okay, maybe it's on a timer, maybe it's this, maybe it's that,
When I went out, I found that a fuse, a 30 amp fuse, had partially moved out of the socket. So I think that's all the problem was. When I came back in, it started and worked fine. So
the thing with moving into a motorhome compared to moving into an apartment, it's completely different. You're contending with completely different things. And that's the journey we want you to come on with us, is the completely different things that you actually have to deal with in a motorhome. For instance, toilet. The toilet, I mean, you have a toilet or two or three in your house. You use the toilet, no problem. You don't ever have to think about it. You flush the toilet, that's gone. Not us. We have to have chemical for our toilet, and we have to put it in. It has to be a measured amount. And then you have to, you have to go and find a dump station when your toilet, your holding tank, which is called black water, your holding tank gets a little bit full or pretty full, and then you go and you find a dump station and you have to clean it out, and you have to clean the whole thing out and get rid of as much of the paper that's left in the tank as possible, because it can stick on your gauges that tell you how full things are. So that's just one little aspect. The toilet, like, it's just little things like that. Do you have enough water? You gotta look at your water. Last night we were it wasn't, well, it was sort of late in the afternoon.
mm-hmm.
When it's last night when we ran out of propane, was it?
Yes,
Yeah, we ran
the
out of
furnace quit.
The furnace just stopped, and we had a propane smell in the house. And Gary had gone out. We had somebody come to. There was my large oxygen generator needed to be picked up, and then we had the lady with the dog. Bree had made a friend in the apartment, a particularly good friend, and the lady had brought her dog to visit with Bree before we take off completely. And we had a really nice visit, but when he came in with them after they'd been out playing, I said, you need to shut off the propane, because I think we're out. Because we had the propane smell in the bedroom, and that's close to where the tank is, I believe, underneath. Anyway, I looked at our gauge, so you have to go and push the button to check the gauge, and it said it was empty. So then last night we had to go and get propane, because the temperature here has been horrendous. For May, it's just been ridiculous. We've seen snow, we've seen sleet, we've had all sorts of cold, and night times are cold. We're hoping tonight's not so much, but they've been like in the minuses, not huge, low minus, but it's still been cold at night, so we have to have the furnace because otherwise we're going to be really cold. So yeah, so we had to go and fill up, and we filled up the fuel tank. That's another thing you don't get in your house. You don't have to have a fuel tank filling up and propane tanks filling up. I mean, if you're on propane on your property, then yes, you'll have a propane tank that needs filling. But we have to go and fill up, and our gas tank is a lot bigger than yours, I would imagine, because your gas tank is probably not 75 gallons, and that's U.S. gallons, which is about what 300 liters, because it's approximately four, like the old thing was 4 quarts to a gallon. It's a liter and a gallon. A liter is a little bit smaller than a quart, I think.
Last night we only put in $250 worth of fuel.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea. The other thing you don't have in a house is you don't have the drawers in your cupboards or anything moving out.
Yeah, they don't
from
just
the
come out on their own. They don't open on their own.
So we have a chest of drawers in here. I had to put locking mechanism in every drawer, which is 6 drawers. June took some pictures of me
laying down
on the job. I wasn't really trying to sleep when she wasn't looking on us, but she started to think I was, though.
No,
you
I
gotta
didn't.
be careful.
Don't know what you're talking about.
But the one thing that's really interesting since we moved out, the two of us have been laughing more together.
Yeah.
We've been having a better time. We've been feeling better, even though I'm cotton picking exhausted. Holy moly.
Yeah.
But we're feeling much better.
Yeah.
And so it was the best move we could have made, is moving out.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. We know this isn't going to be an easy life. I mean, everybody talks about it being the dream life. If you've never done it and you're dreaming about being in a motorhome and living this life, like living in a motorhome, not RVing for a weekend or a couple of weeks, but actually living in it, you better find out what that actually means. Watch our channel, we'll tell you, because it's not an easy life. It's different. It's definitely different. I mean, we're sitting in a parking lot at Walmart tonight, As we go along, we'll stay in different places, and we'll show you where we're staying and talk about that. But it isn't an easy life, but it isn't a horrible life either. Once we get organized, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot more relaxed. We have brought along probably a lot more stuff than we need, and we still have a lot to go through and say we are going to be going to where our other storage is, the one that is really big, and putting in the sort of last things that we need to get out of here. And that's why we're sitting in this parking lot, because across the way is a Home Depot. So if we need anything, like when Gary needed the door latch thing, something to hold the doors solid while we drive, he went to Home Depot and they had a selection, and he could find the ones that would be best for us. And they don't make the unit look ugly, they're hidden, and but they're good and solid and holding everything shut. Trying to figure out where you're putting things is different from being in an apartment. In an apartment, you usually have more space, more storage area, and you can usually organize. In most homes, whether they're apartments or not, you've got some form of a pantry now in your kitchen of some kind, or lots of cupboards or whatever. And we've had to, contend with much fewer cupboards and much fewer drawers and much fewer things. Then that's why we put the dresser in and took the couch out, is because we needed this storage space. We got a rack for in the closet at Walmart, which was good because it hangs over the rail, and we needed the shelving. That it's just cloth shelving, but we needed the shelving so that we've got a place for our linen, because there's no linen closet here. There's nothing like that, and we're going to be getting another one so that I've got a place to put my clothes. And we've got, there's lots of storage in this particular unit, but it isn't enough for us to live in, and that's the difference. We're living in it. We're not camping for a couple of weeks or a weekend or whatever. So, there's been a lot of different things that we've had to kind of deal with. Hey, my darling.
No, I think that's about June. Never said is right. I think that's about all that I can think of at the moment too.
Yeah.
We're struggling to get all this done as quickly as possible because we want to get rolling. I want to get rolling anyway.
Yeah. He's the ex-truck driver, and I'm trying to say you're not going to be a truck driver in this. We did that in the old motorhome. That was him driving down the road. We decided one year when we were in the old motorhome, one winter, let's do the Oregon coast. So we left early. It was actually in early September that we left Canada, and we were going to go down the Oregon coast. I can't tell you very much about it because he just kept driving. He was going point A to point B every single day and just drove down the road, and I would see something and I would say, can we stop? No, it's gone. Yeah. But I'm not letting that happen this time because I want this to be enjoyable for the both of us, and I'm going to insist that he's retired and not driving, and we have to get there, and 8 hours later we arrive. It's not what we need. So we're going to be stopping, and we're going to be talking to you about what went on today, and as we're doing things, if we stop and we're going to be working on things, I'm trying to get the camera out. Today was busy, and I really wanted to have the camera out and be taking video for you, showing you us putting things away. I'm sorry we couldn't do that. It was just, we had so much in the way that we had to move this, move that, move this, move that, move it 3 or 4 times before we finally got, things all organized. And it is looking much better in here, but we need it to be much better than it is. Right now, I couldn't sit in my seat at the front of the bus if I wanted to because there's a big bag of some sort of material in it.
Yeah.
I think it's a blanket that's going into storage because we don't need it right now. And this is the thing, is in September we'll be coming back. We're going to be going out to Ontario in June, and then in September we're going to be coming back. And when we come back, we'll pick up things like our heavier blankets and things like that to take with us, and our winter clothes and all that stuff. So there'll be exchanges. And that's another thing you never have to do in your house. You don't have to go someplace to a storage and pick up your winter clothes and exchange for your summer ones because they're all there in your house and we don't have room for them all. So anything else you want to add, my darling?
I don't think so. I think that about says it for today. Tomorrow, that's a different story.
Yes. Oh, we did find a coffee maker, so we can make our own coffee now. And that was a good thing. We have to turn the generator on every time we want to do anything like that. We've got electric appliances, and we have to turn the
microwave.
Generator on. We have a microwave. We made supper tonight. It was pretty decent in the microwave. The Kasori is over there, and we'll be getting it out. The Kasori is an air fryer, and we'll be getting that out and doing a lot of cooking using our air fryer. And we have a induction cooktop type of thing that we'll be getting out when we want to cook things that way. Yeah. So it's all right. I think the last few days we've had to eat a lot of fast food. We're collecting napkins, from the various things. They're supplying us with napkins for a year. But these things in between us, these are our new
tools for cooking.
Thank you. Tools for the kitchen. So we've got, yeah, I haven't unwrapped them yet. They're all in plastic, which makes them probably a little hard to see, but yeah, they're nice. They're in a kind of a rose pink, dusty rose type of color. Yeah, I decided to get some color in here. There's a lot of gray and a lot of brown and not a lot of anything else. So we're going to be brightening it up. We're going to be changing things as we go along. We'll show you things like that, like how we do things like that. And we'll be getting back to crafting when we can, which might not be for a few weeks yet. It just depends on how things go for us and how we get things organized and where we are, what we're doing. So yeah, so anyway, that's it for tonight for us, I think.
Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you on the flip side.